Meet Edbert Chan, a 19-year-old computer science major who has been going to anime conventions for the past 5 years. Whenever he isn't programming Android apps or creating modifications for video games, Edbert Chan enjoys cosplaying, which is short for costume play. So what goes on? Cosplayers choose their favorite characters and they make costumes to portray them, ranging from simple outfits thrown together from one's dresser to elaborate suits of armor and embroidered dresses. The first costume that Edbert made was of Lelouch Lamperouge, the main character of the series Code Geass. Later on, he made a costume of Jin Kisaragi, a swordsman from the fighting game BlazBlue. At every anime convention he attends, there are dozens of eager fans and photographers who want to take pictures of Edbert in his costumes. Yet, individuals like him are often criticized outside of the convention scene for partaking in activities such as watching anime and participating in cosplay. Although the people who make up the activity of cosplaying are open and accepting, there are people who are afraid to participate in it because they don't know what it is or they don't really want to be seen doing it. So what is cosplay? Well, cosplay is a craft. You have to have a lot of dedication and creativity in order to construct these costumes.
Here, if you look at the stitches, they're actually pretty nicely done. Some of the really fine stitches I had to ask my friend to do. Some of them I had to do it myself. You can see that the cuts aren't exactly all that straight because I kind of do them all myself.
Just like any other form of expression or hobbies that require time commitment, the creation of costumes and cosplaying at a convention for others to see is really tough, yet at the same time it's rewarding as well.
Definitely there is some work ethic to it. It's kind of like Minecraft, where part of the appeal is that you have to work in order to build something that other people will appreciate, or at the very least you will appreciate. And that's the same thing for costume design. You put in a bunch of hours, you get all the materials, do all the preparation just so that other people can appreciate it. So it's kind of a selfless act. I mean, you're doing it partly for yourself, don't get me wrong, because you want to do this character, but at the same time you also want to show other people, hey, this is what the character is all about. I want to become this character.
Cosplaying is performance art, where people can view other people's costumes and socialize while wearing them. Akin to role-playing, costuming allows people to take on the personas of their favorite characters, while also showcasing their talent and their craftsmanship. When I spent time with Edbert at my first anime convention, a variety of people, from Nikon-slinging teenage girls to professional photographers, asked him to pose for pictures, to which he happily obliged. For Edbert and many other cosplayers, attending conventions in costume allows people to communicate with each other about their visions on how they imagine themselves being the character that they are portraying. The anime fandom had some closeted supporters, or those who were intrigued and interested in the activity but were too afraid to publicly show interest in it.
Everyone just stands around and watches. Some of them kind of like give you a really funny look if you join in. Some of them just kind of giggle and laugh and say, "Oh, what are these guys doing?" But then I talked to a few of them because I didn't really seem like I was part of the group, and yet I kind of want to get into the mentality. I was just curious at the time, and they said, "Oh, that looks really fun, but I don't think I have the guts to do it." So so that kind of leads into the problem of, well, anime tends to be very overly dramatic, overreactive, and kind of silly, especially if you act it out in real life. But at the same time, it's kind of fun to do some of those things. Just go wild, just go nuts.
Thus, the anime convention scene caters to those who are too afraid to show their passion for the subject in public. Rather than exposing oneself to people who dislike anime, con-goers can meet with other like-minded people who can mutually engage in anime-related activities.
It's where you're doing your own thing, and no one really is criticizing you for it. Because, well, it's an anime convention. Everyone's a little bit crazy there in some aspects or another, and you're really doing kind of what you think is natural in an anime community. So you're supporting your favorite animes by showing up there, you're supporting the community as well, and so the vibe is it's very friendly and accepting, actually.
Although there are people who criticize the culture of anime and cosplaying, there will always be a larger group that supports these kinds of interests. The accepting and welcoming nature of anime and cosplaying makes it easy for people to jump right into it. Edbert will proudly attend anime conventions and create costumes, hopefully for a very long time. He certainly will enjoy and relish the happiness and pride that all con-goers experience.
They say, "Oh, why do you like anime? Isn't that for little kids? Oh, aren't you a grown-up?" And like, first of all, I'm 19. It's like, what, do you expect me to have mature taste like fine wine and cheese and all that shit? No, I'm young, and so I have my interests just like you have yours. And so for me, I don't really take it personally. More or less, I use all these skills, all these people I've met, all these friends I've made are gonna help me out. At least I hope they do. But at least I've built these connections that I can use later.